This is a quick, simple video on how to clean and restock these. First things first is we have these bubble containers in every store because presentation is incredibly important and we want to display all of the different ingredients we use, but you need to make sure that those containers are actually clean and presentable and that you know how to stock them when they're low. So this container right here is nice and clean. The lid is clean, the outside's clean. It has a label that looks good that's not peeling off. I'm going to show you how to clean these because it's very simple. This one right here, you can tell just it happens, you know, it gets dirty, dusty. These need to be wiped down every single night. Same with this lid right here. We just don't want there to be any excess gunk or grime on the lids or the outside of the containers. You can see here just all the fingerprints. It looks ratty. So let's get into how we're going to start cleaning the containers before we restock it. First thing is get a food safe container. I just decided to get an extra cup and we're going to empty the product out of the container. Make sure to save it, but remember FIFO, first in, first out. This means that the product that was in there needs to be used first before the new product that you're going to fill it up with. So after we restock the container, that product that we just saved is going to go on the very top, so it's used first. The lid comes in two parts. You can see there's arrows on it that is telling you to twist in that direction. It pops right off, and you're able to clean both pieces and let them dry so there's no water stuck underneath. The first thing I'm doing is spraying it off in the middle part of the sink, and then I'm going to the wash side that has the hot water and the soap, and I'm scrubbing it with a scrubby brush to get all of the gunk off, making sure I'm not using a green scrubby pad because those are incredibly abrasive. We want to use something a little more gentle like this white scrubby brush you see. So just repeat that process for each piece. We're going to rinse and then we're going to wash it with the soapy water and the scrubby brush. I'm auditing how the label looks on the container. This one started peeling off, so I just decided to make sure we had enough tape in the label maker so I could create a new label. And then I'm going to spend some time making sure I'm really scrubbing the inside and the outside of this container with the scrubby brush and the soapy water. Please just ensure you're being careful with these containers because they are plastic and the 3-comp sink is metal, so you really should not be tossing things in there all willy-nilly. They could crack. Once you've given everything a nice scrub, then you're going to dunk it in the sanitizer water, which is the cold water with the bleach on the right side. And we are going to make sure that we do a good job of drying the containers off. You can use a couple of paper towels or a dry, clean rag. And I'm just making sure that everything's dry before I'm reassembling it, especially giving the inside of the container a really good wipe down. Lastly, everything really should be labeled, so if you remember that label was coming off earlier, I double checked that we had enough label tape for this, and I am printing a new label to put on the container. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and put the product back in. The chia seeds really didn't need too much restocking. It was mostly the container that needed cleaned. So instead of filling the entire container back up with chia seeds, I'm just putting the previous product back in there. So now you can see the difference. It looks much more clean and presentable and safe. Whereas before, it looked pretty grimy and beat down. And just remember that wiping down the outside of these containers should be done every day.